All right. Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. You are here for How to Build AI Skills for Your Career, our holiday edition. We've been doing this webinar for a couple months now, sharing how you can learn AI even if you don't have any coding skills with Rene Tercios, and he'll be introducing himself here in a little moment. My name is Albert. I'm the founder of Albert's List, and I'm your host for today. If you're here for the very first time, welcome. If this is not your first webinar, we love having you here as well, and welcome back. We will be recording this webinar, and we will be following up with a recording. So a little bit about me as we get this started. My name is Albert. I am a combination of a product marketer and job search guy, the founder of Albert's List, a community with 50,400 members on Facebook and growing every single day, where people have found jobs at companies like Google, Cisco, GoPro, and Twitter, and much smaller startups along the way. You can connect with me here. What is Albert's List? We're a community with 50,400 members focused on teaching job search and side hustle skills. This kind of falls in the middle of both. And so that's why we're so excited to make this offering every single month. We invite you to join us, introduce yourself, and get to know our members. And I can go ahead and drop this link in there later on during the webinar or in our follow-up. Renee, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, yes. So my name's Renee. Um, I am just a regular guy. I'm based out of here in San Francisco. I just about 1.5 years ago, I learned how to utilize AI for coding, and I ended up going on a spree of hackathons where I decided to go and see if I could test if this could maybe compete with people at hackathons and build products. And I was right, and I ended up growing and getting to teach at different places like City College in San Francisco and different private classes here on how to use AI for coding. Currently, I typically just have like AI do so all the coding. I just really know how to do it. But I really changed my life, and I've really been able to help get quite a few people jobs by being able to help use AI in ways that maybe they're not used to. Maybe by using AI, they can go and help update their resume to go and match the right job for them, and then help maybe do mock interviews or practice things that, or maybe you're needing to go and like study for a test. It's great for helping to do like test taking, all kinds of different things. I hope people implement AI in different ways that help not only enterprise level stuff, but also small, small medium businesses, including interpersonal. So yeah, I'm Renee.
Awesome. Wonderful. So this is how this webinar will go today. We're going to give you a quick overview of AI. I think most everybody here at this point does know a little bit about what AI is. We're going to talk a little bit about how AI is impacting work, talk about some latest advances, and then we're going to let Renee loose and show you a demo of how you can develop and create AI skills without having to know how to code or having any of these super technical skills that may be intimidating you from learning. And then we're going to give you an opportunity to understand how to put your AI knowledge to work and have some Q&A. So, an overview of AI. For all of those of us who are technical or not so technical like myself, I think of AI as divided into a couple of different things. It's a combination of machine learning, neural networks, natural language processing, and robotics. So whether you're taking and really at the heart of it is all data. And so what you're doing is you're teaching data, you're training data to figure out what it is that the machine needs to eventually do. And then from that, have an outcome of something that comes out at the end. And so these are some kind of diagrams that I've pulled off the internet, processes of data being generated, stored, processed, and giving you insights. And so this is how, at the very end of the day, things like ChatGPT or Gemini work because they take data that is uh, pretty much on the internet or from a large language model or a data model that's been developed, and they give you an output of things that you may expect or things that are creative based on those series of patterns to help move forward, whatever it is that you have prompted. There's a lot of different generative AI tools out there. many of which that you have gotten to know and love over the last couple of years. ChatGPT is the one that I use the most, along with Claude, and then occasionally Google Gemini. Now I realize looking at this diagram, this is a little bit old because Bard is now Gemini and GPT-4 is a little bit more advanced than that. But in generally speaking, these are the generative AI tools among many, many hundreds of tools that exist out there to do everything from help you create videos, write blog posts, write emails, and everything in between. As this goes quickly, I also encourage all of you to use the webinar chat to network with each other, to also take the survey and just get to know more about how AI is impacting all of us today and also impacting the work that we do. And that's our next section here, right? How is AI impacting work? We've heard a lot about it over the last 2 years now going into year three. A lot of it is fear-based, but one of the things that you can do to fight back against fear is to learn the skills that you need to learn so that you can get to the point where you want to be in your life. One of the data points that has been especially shocking over the past year has been that in 2023, Goldman Sachs predicts that 300 million jobs across the US, Europe, could be lost or degraded as a result of AI adoption. And out of those jobs that are impacted by AI, 8 out of 10 women will be impacted, while 6 out of 10 men will be. And companies are planning to lay off with AI as well. In a survey of workers in the US and the United Kingdom, AI helps reduce time spent gathering information, is basically the top reason why people use AI in the first place. That means if you have a job that requires research, if you're looking up critical information to help you get your job done, if you're trying to code, if you're trying to understand marketing strategies that work, then AI can definitely help you out. And it can definitely help you out in a lot of different ways. Organizations use AI for a variety of different reasons, from writing to design to automated data entry, quality control, cybersecurity, personalized marketing, supply chain management, legal research, and so forth. And so these AI pieces, these AI elements rather, have not led to a loss of jobs based on this chart, but have only augmented how people do their jobs on a day-to-day basis. Most common other ways that companies are using AI include content creation, which seems a little bit low, between 20 and 40%, but I think that will go up in the next couple of years. Digital assistants, which I think Renee will talk about a little bit today, because that's been a really powerful area lately with agentic AI. Accounting, recruiting, and one that's been huge lately, especially on the front lines, is customer service, with companies like Klarna laying off entire swaths of their customer service team in exchange for artificial intelligence to be more effective in serving their people. Oh, OpenAI is down right now. Okay, that's important to know. Um, Small businesses also have an intent to use AI here in the next little bit, 12 to 18 months, although this was done in 2020. A lot of them were currently using it then, and there's no doubt that a lot of them will use it a lot more in the future. One of the other things that I want to talk about, and this is not being political whatsoever, is that your skills and your interest in learning AI is only going to become heavier in the following few years. Donald Trump, as you know, is now president-elect of the United States, and major Silicon Valley executives and entrepreneurs endorsed him during his campaign. And as of a couple of days ago, Trump has appointed entrepreneur and venture capitalist David Sachs to be his crypto and AI czar. If any of you have been listening to the All In podcast over the last year, you no doubt know that David Sachs is a technology maximalist and somebody who really believes that technology needs to get a move on and make a comeback. Not only because he himself is a venture capitalist who needs to earn back his investments, and not only because he is a a startup founder who needs to succeed, but also because that's where he's made the majority of his money. And because the majority of the money is made there, you're going to see also that benefit come there as well. And so, as AI czar, it is no doubt to me that he's going to see Enormous amounts of advocacy for all levels of government and into the private sector. We're going to see a lot of potential regulation come off the books that may be around AI because David Sachs believes that AI has a lot of widely encompassing interests for himself. And so, with that said, the time to learn AI is now. When I flip it over to Renee, I'm going to go ahead and share his LinkedIn profile with all of you so that you can connect with him. And so, with that knowledge in mind, AI is the future. It may not be about hitting the moon, but rather landing somewhere in the stars. As all of you know, there's a lot of different things in AI out there for this content creation. And Renee, I saw what you were doing the other day with your own website, creating all the content that you do every day, to creating videos from scratch, to creating your own music, and so forth. And the adage that is becoming more and more evident as we get through this is that your job may not be lost to AI, but somebody who knows how to use it. AI is also going to possibly eliminate many jobs, but also create many more. And it's important for you to position yourself on the side as somebody who knows how to use AI, use it well, or at least be fluent in it. And it can also lead to many new businesses. We here at Albert's List over the past year have launched a couple of boot camps focused on how to launch a business in just one weekend using AI. And I believe more than ever that it is possible to do so because these tools can help you along. They can help you fill in the gaps with your ideas and also help you with the technical aspect of things that you may not have known before. Okay, so okay, I see. Okay, so for those of you who are wondering that I'm talking happily about Trump, I'm just stating the aspect of what he is going to do from a policy standpoint. Beyond that, I'm not going to really say more besides that. But at the very end of the day, given who he's going to appoint, it's going to be advantageous to learn AI simply because that's where policy is headed. As far as the latest advances in AI are concerned, there's a couple of things over the last couple of months or so that are of interest. ChatGPT leading a lot of these, of course, along with a lot of different inventions from Amazon Web Services. Feel free to take down some of these links. They'll also be in the video that you can look over at later. But basically, AI has been using everything to uncover abandoned oil wells. I believe in the last couple of months, universities are starting to approve the usage of AI in the classroom. And then you have everything from ChatGPT Pro launching at $200 a month to Target launching generative AI gift finders. And so AI is very much becoming part of how we behave as a humanity so that we can get to where we want to go to next and find that level of importance in our lives to be more efficient and also advance our careers. So at the end of the day, knowing where those things stand, you may be very well wondering, how do you even learn AI for yourself? Right? There's so many different things out there. I know for myself, you even talk about AI and you go on Facebook, you'll see somebody talking about how they made $50,000 from AI. Or you'll see that somebody is offering AI prompts for $10 a document and so forth and trying to make money off of that. And these are all very interesting ways to do it, but there's also the ability to create your own business or create your own technology from it, leveraging AI solutions out there that are on the market. And so I want to hand it over to Renee in this next little bit so that he can share with you some use cases that he's developed and hopefully with a little bit of a holiday flair. So Renee, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you so you can take it from here.
Fantastic. I am trying to move over some screens. And then I will move this over here. And then I will move this
And
here.
in the
And then I will share my
meantime,
screen.
let's see. Our survey, 62% are somewhat experienced with AI, 33% are novices, 2% are experienced, and 2% are experts. I'll go ahead and share those results really quickly. And thank you all for
Fantastic.
participating.
All right. I'm gonna Yeah, forget that one for now. Okay, so we will go and start from here. So, hello. Uh, my name's Renee. Again, nice to meet you guys. This is just my little LinkedIn, so you guys can see what I do and stuff. Um, I am here to go and show you guys about how we can use AI. So the cool part is like AI really it's really just a tool to solve problems. We have many different problems. We have maybe if you're working at a job, you have a problem that there's something that can't be solved. Maybe you don't know how to track where something is happening. Maybe something is costing your business like $100,000, couple $100,000, or maybe it's just you're a small business and you need to make ways to make like profit. Well, the thing is, AI is just generally here to go and help solve problems. So whenever you want to go and think about any of your current issues, you can go and figure out if you can solve it with AI, you can go and turn this into a product, and then you can actually make money off it. So let me talk to you guys a little bit about oh, sorry, do that part. Let me talk to you guys a little bit about like um what is AI currently that like everybody's talking about, and how do they play a role in our current society, and where do we see it going? So currently AI. So I know we talked about the four different parts, but there's a new part of AI that's being defined, and it's called Gen AI, generative AI, where it talks about instead of using traditional methods of where you have AI understand something and you give it reinforced learning through human feedback, which is where like you could see, hey, this AI is trying to stand up, but it's not working too well. You could through feedback tell the AI like what's working, what's not, and it will eventually work itself to where it's a functioning robot or something through statistics. And that's how we currently go and like do our current training. And normally that's a lot of like millions and millions of GPU hours that gets burned into this, and it's a pain in the butt. But right now, what we have is called generative AI, where we instead allow these what's called LLM models, large language models, to go and generate tokens, and these tokens basically are words, and they're mathematically inclined to go and answer questions in the way that you're structured. So if let's say you're someone that's like, hey, I went and I started selling like some food or whatever, and maybe I have some data about like, yeah, these items sold and stuff. Maybe you could go and utilize AI to go and build then you can use AI to go and figure out, hey, we can understand like this statistic and this data. Maybe we can use to go and implement what's called SEO, search engine optimization. That way, when people are going online to go and search up like the word cookie, they find your website over anybody else's. Maybe you decide it doesn't matter what you decided. The thing is, the AI will be able to help you directly solve this problem. So I'm going to show you guys two different ways that people use AI currently, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about the AI assistants that are more newer that people are more getting excited about. So there's two different ways currently to use AI. There's you can rather use it through like a builder, or you can go and use AI directly through like an app or a phone. So something that people are very familiar with is what's called ChatGPT, which if you they just ChatGPT is right now down. Okay, interesting. That's great to know. Let me check this.
Looks like we'll have to use something else. And can you zoom in on your screen, by the way?
Yeah. Well, I want to see if this works.
It looks like it's loading.
Is GPT like actually down? What the heck?
Uh-oh.
That's crazy. All right, we're using another tool.
Thankfully, we have other AI
We have so
solutions
many
out
tools.
there.
So if you guys ever want to like, you guys ever want to go and use AI, you can rather download it to your computer. You can go to a website called aistudio.google.com. So it's just google.com with AI studio dot at the front of it. You can use their most current latest models here for free, which normally costs you $20 a month. You're welcome. You can go here to Hugging Face, and they have this thing called chat, and this will be able to go and help you like actually like talk to like different models. You can use it for testing. So like if you go here, you can click the different models. You can click like if you want this model, you can click this, all kinds of different things. But the cool part is you can always find a different type of LLM. But if we wanted to go and talk about LLMs and how to use them for building, let's say, code, um, we could go and have it be like, hey, I want to build hmm, a landing page website in HTML, CSS, and JS for selling Snowman. So you could always just talk to the AI, and if you know words like HTML, CSS, JS, you could have it go and generate this code, which normally you would be able to go and just take the code, and it's as simple as copying. Well, let me figure out what the copy button is right here. Copying, going your thing, creating whichever form. I'm just quickly going through this because you guys aren't going to care about this part because the more important part is the next part I'm going to show you guys. But you guys could always just like take your stuff, copy paste it over, and I'm going to give you guys an example of what this looks like real quick so you guys can see. Let me see, style.css. I don't even code this way anymore. This is like so old to me now. And this is actually way faster than what most people do. So like in the olden days, people would spend, years and years learning how to go and read and write code. And that's kind of annoying because you have to actually learn and I don't like that. So instead, what we have nowadays is we have it to where you can go and just copy your code and you can paste it and then you get something like this. So here's an example. This is Frosty Friend Snowman. Obviously, it's broken. Obviously, there's like it's missing an image to add some stuff. None of the functionality really works, but this is a start. So you could always just start doing this and just talking to the AI, and you'll eventually get something that works out really well. In fact, this is how I actually have been coding for mostly the last year and a half. However, recently there is a new way of coding with AI, and I think this is so much better. So I'm going to show you guys this. This is called Replit Agent, and there's other tools that are becoming like this. So people say, well, what language do I need to know? Like, how do I know how to like build any of this stuff? Like, hey, Renee, like this is scary. I don't even know like what an HTML is. Well, this is what this product is for. This new Replit Agent, what it allows you to do is you can go and talk to it just with natural English language, and it will be able to build you out a product that actually works. So we're going to go and do this. Build me a website that uh
Can you zoom in
sells.
a little bit more so people
Oh,
can see
sorry.
what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
typing? There you go.
Build me a website that sells snowmen, and yeah, we'll just say that part, and then we can always go to here, click improve prompt. It'll improve my prompt to be something a little bit more. Just give it a second. All right, that looks good. That looks good. We're gonna go ahead and start it.
And is this only available for Replit premium users, or is it
Uh,
available for free?
Yeah, so this is actually available for Replit premium users currently because these do require payments. So these things have what are called checkpoints. Every checkpoint is cost 25 cents. I built plenty of products that costed less than 10 checkpoints.
Hmm. And could you build a mobile app with this too? Oop, are you frozen or am I frozen?
Open the chat while this thing keeps going. Oh, you're back. Okay, cool. I had a little panic attack. I was like, I don't know what just happened.
Wait, did the webinar
Okay,
just go
so
down for
basically
everybody
the
or what?
AI, huh?
Did the webinar go down for everybody?
No, no, no. It panicked to me because I heard recording stop, and then I was like, wait, did everybody leave? And then I turned the glasses on and I could see everybody was still there. I'm like, oh, I turned the glasses back on because it scared me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No
It's
worries.
it's a little easier for me mentally if I think that it's just me and you talking versus me knowing that there's like 100 people watching me live.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well,
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
figure out
just
where the recording will go. I have it going live on Facebook, I think, so I hope there's not too much of a I don't know what
sure.
happened there. Huh.
It's fine. It's fine. This is good. This is something that's normal. So basically, the AI here, like if you see, it's doing tests and stuff to figure out what's going on, and if there's something that's going wrong. Right now, it's currently getting this issue, and I can, if I really wanted to, I could even be like, I notice this issue. The internet. Okay. Fantastic. Great. See,
So
it's
some
still going.
questions while you work through this. Does Replit automatically install all the dependencies, and can you tell it to create a Java backend and a React front end?
Yes, actually, right now it is building it in React. So let me open this. This is the files.
And
This
zoom in
is
a
a
little bit
React.
so folks can see.
Oh, sorry. I'll let that do that. So if you look here on the left, this is called files. These files, you just click it here. This is actually a React project. This is all being built in React currently. Um, and yes, it does actually go and do all of your stuff, the environment dependencies and everything it will do. All right, so here we go.
And do you need to
Got
know
some small
Python for
errors.
this?
We can see this, but cool.
Do you need to know
No, no,
Python to do
you all you
this?
need to know is English, and no, all you need to know is English. Just know how to be like, hey, it works, but I don't know anything. So like right now, let's see. It says there's a like little. Oh, cool. Wait. Oh, hold on. Let me zoom in on this. Hold up. I didn't even know this. There's little snowflakes going across my little website screen. Oh,
Oh,
that's cute. That was cute. I didn't even know that. So I can
so
say
just to get
like,
back to this, so folks don't get lost, you're building a snowman shop right now?
yeah,
That's
a snowman shop.
okay.
It loaded, but login doesn't work, and the front page looks bland. No products or anything. Cool. So this is again where you just need to know how to speak English and just be able to identify what's working and what's not working, and just talk to it like you would a normal human. I am very I want to make it very clear that you don't need to learn Python, you don't need to learn HTML, you don't even need to learn what any of these languages mean. All you need to know is what you want to do. So if you're some small mom and pop shop or whatever, and you're like, I just want to build something, no matter what it is, no matter how technically difficult it is, forget about it. Just do it. Come into this product, talk to it with English. Look, I've spent 50 cents on this so far. Hold up, that's it. And I'm able to already get this like generalized website where I can start getting like product and start getting this thing going. I got little kind of a nice little UI going. Eventually, this
Oh
little
wow.
login button is going to be working. I can then add in an admin dashboard where I can go and like monitor whenever people make purchases. I can have this little search bar work whenever like I type in the word deluxe, it pulls up the word deluxe, which it just did. Amazing. The thing is, the options are truly limitless with what you can do. I can even say, hey, add a chatbot to the website that sells people these snowmen. And the
And
cool part is I can even, yeah,
once you have these pages created, because this is so
yeah,
awesome that you did it so quickly, where do you go host these? Host the page.
yes. So it's so easy because when you want to test it, it's all right here. This little start button, this like lets you test it. And deploy is as simple as clicking deploy and then clicking deploy and then
So would the website
customizing
run
this.
off of Replit servers and then you pay them
Yeah,
for hosting?
yes, you can. If you want though, and you're more technically savvy, you can use Git. Use GitHub to go and commit all your changes to Git, and you could always just use Vercel. If you're very clever also and you know how to use Shell, which is just terminal, you can do Vercel batching all from here. You don't have to be limited to just being stuck into the Replit ecosystem. It just allows you to build out the code and it's efficient code and it works really, really well. So
That's
I want
awesome.
to keep it in the ecosystem because honestly, in my best interest, they have it set up to where it can work very well for like just different things.
And then if you're taking people's credit card information, does Replit also infuse security, or is that something you have to do yourself?
Sorry, I was typing real quick. So
Um,
yeah, the Replit agent will actually build out everything. So I know our website actually, I had it almost done, and I had it. I just created a little infinite loop when I created on the most recent what's it called, deployment. So now I'm currently fixing that. But as soon as it's fixed, yeah, everything on our website will be is actually hosted and run by the Replit agent. The Stripe integration is done by that. The payment integration is all done. Keeping track of everything, keeping track of users, keeping track of any of this, and also being able to add extra functionality that you want for your clients. So if you say like, hey, I want my clients to know when their thing is done, you can add it to their thing, and you don't even need to know what it did. You just need to be like, yeah, it's in there, and it'll work. You just gotta test it and make sure it works, but it'll just pop up, and that's the cool part. The AI can really help with just adding, building, integrating things that maybe you want to add to it.
awesome. Let's see. What about if you have a website already? Can it be incorporated? Does it
Mm-hmm.
depend on the host? And
So,
then I guess, yeah, how
I'll
do you edit the security of the site as well?
yeah. So I'll answer the first question first.
Yeah.
So
And
if
maybe
you
you can
want
do
to
that
go,
over here too. I think everything you want to add in, because the webinar
yeah,
chat is kind of like a wish list of what a website looks like.
yeah, you guys can still see my Replit screen, correct?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, so basically what I think is if you want to go and like move in your own project, absolutely very easy to do. You can here, while that still builds, I'll open up a new replit.com.
And maybe what we could do here is, let's do it this way. And I don't mean to crimp on your game here,
Sure.
but let's build a Snowman website, integrate security, add in a payment system, add in a chatbot, and then
Oh, I'm
uh,
I'm doing the chatbot part right now, actually. This is what this is
okay,
about.
and then throw in like I don't know, like social media integration somewhere in there. And I think that'll answer a lot of questions because you have a really engaged crowd that I think is very impressed right now with what's here.
Thank you. So right now it's clearly saying like, hey, my thing is missing. Clearly it's trying to add it. It's just having issues. It's adding it currently. Oh, hey, let me check real quick.
Yeah.
Cool, failed. Fantastic. Cool, edited. See, it also in real time is editing things because it can see whenever I get an error, and sometimes it'll just automatically just start editing and fixing something if it can see the error right when you're doing it.
And here's a great question. Can this replace a Shopify?
Hell yeah.
And so how much does Replit start at per month?
It's $15 a month, but if you get the yearly subscription, you get $25 monthly credit, which is what
Oh,
I have.
wow.
And that's really cool because, like I said, these things are 25 cents each checkpoint. So like this part's a checkpoint. There's another checkpoint like all the way up here. Like they're just like different checkpoints that like that'll happen. So like you can ring up like a couple dollars here and there, but it's not normally that terrible. But yes, this can replace your Shopify. It requires you to do more work because sometimes the AI will mess up and you have to just work with it and be like, hey, you messed up. So like here, this might break again. Um, well, it hasn't broken yet. That's that's kind of good.
People are asking, can it replace a
The
WordPress website too?
chatbot
I think the
is
answer is yes.
just spinning. Oh yeah, I actually go and oftentimes like quite a few of my clients, what happens is they'll ask me like, "Hey, can you go and here? You know what? Fuck it, I'll just show you guys an example of this. Give me a website,
What kind of website?
any website. You know what? This is with I work for myself also on like many different fronts, but I technically now am hired. I work for a nonprofit organization because I'm very committed to helping making the community better in just like the entire San Francisco area. So I'm indebted to like helping like small organizations. But what we're gonna do, I'm
Can
gonna
you
take
ask
this.
Replit to write its own version of Replit so you can do it all for free?
Yes, actually, Replit is built on Replit, by the way.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
So what you can do is you can always go to the create a REPL, type in the URL, click take screenshot, build this. And then maybe you can even say copy page content, start building. I'll just let it do its thing. Let me go back to this other one, see how this thing is doing. Hey,
Oh, that's awesome.
hey, so this is just like a quick example of how like within minutes, while I was just goofing off a little, it built the snowbound thing. So what I could do is I could build out, and I think honestly this might just start taking up a lot of time if I start doing like all this. But basically I could just go and start building out the whole login feature. I can build out what the user dashboard will look like. I can make it to where whenever like users want to go and like add it to cart, like it'll actually add the cart, any of these products, and then I could even make it to where I could set up this bot to where like, hey, if someone talks to you and wants to buy something, show them different things in this little chat window, and then if they want to add it to their cart, add it to their cart, and do the payment integration all through the chatbot. Now my chatbot is actively working as like a storefront customer for me just online, where people can come to it, talk to it, help me sell stuff, and if they really need me, we could even set it up to where it could fill out a contact form where it'll get sent to you and you have access to it, and then you can go and reach out to the customer later on for whatever thing if the AI couldn't take care of it. But AI, you just set up the AI so that way it could. The thing
And
is,
then can
it's
you add
perfectly
images
harmless.
right from the prompt from the chat prompt as well?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's these little what's it called? This little button right here.
Oh, okay.
Just add it in. Super easy.
Wow.
Oh, it's probably because I'm trying to do too many things at once.
Yeah, yeah, slow down a little bit so everybody can catch up with you because we have people of all sorts of skills here. And I think
Oh yeah,
that what we've discovered here in this very short moment is how quickly you can stand something up and how impressive it is.
thanks, thanks. That makes me feel good, my friend.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Oh, and
you know,
Replit
maybe
is
I'll
free
just
for public school users. I like it.
Oh yeah, so Replit is actually free. Well, they do have a free account for like everyone technically, but for the Replit agent specifically, there is a small cost. But I do believe school people do get like a quite a bit of a reduction too because it was built for students originally. The founder Amjad, he built it because he knew his son spin up a server? How do I do environment variables? How do I code? How do I do all this stuff that I even would never try to learn right now because I don't think it's worth my time. He went and did this first, and he started building out this product. Now, this was originally for school students, and it just grew into a very large company that's now quadrupling because of the retry the leave the website so I can rebuild this. Sorry. Yeah, okay. And we can take more questions while it builds.
Yeah, so let's see. There's a couple of other questions here while your thing does its thing. Um, let's see. Can you specify it to use specific databases, or does it use a certain one automatically?
Bro, what the fuck? Why is Replit down right now? What the hell is this?
Mm.
Right, what are you fucking teaching people? God
Oh
damn
wow, we're
it.
running. We totally running a webinar while AI is not functioning. Oh no.
Yeah, we gotta clip this and send it over to our friends over at Replit and be like, guys, you son of a bitch.
Oh
Oh, that's so
no.
funny. Damn, I am terribly sorry, friends of the chat, because this is hilarious.
All right, let's see what else
Um,
do we have here. Can you
yeah,
use
let's go ahead
Replit
and try
for
answering some of the questions.
can you use Replit for other things than website building, like digital products?
Yeah, so oftentimes, what I use Replit for, well, I can actually like just navigate through the website right now while the thing is temporarily down. Like the AI is down, nothing else is down. It's just AI. So we have like this little template. You heading out? Oh yeah. Um, sorry about that. This is one of my coworkers, co-founders. So you can go into here and you can build a bunch of different stuff, different like C. If you recognize these languages, you recognize that like there's a lot of different things you can do with them. There's a lot of templates in here that you can build. What I do for my clients, like what I think is my most highly paid build is whenever people pay me to build API endpoints, so that way they're hosted for auto scale. If you what that is, and then it's set up so that way it's basically like a access point that's online where you can go. If you know about a website called like replicate.com, you can go here. You can see all these different variants of A. This is some like gold for you guys if you want to know. Replicate.com. You can literally go in here and use any of these AI models. These are examples. This is literally as good as Sora right now. Like I think, oh, this one, this Hunyuan is literally the one that people are saying like is better than Sora currently, and this is open source for free that you can just use. So it's fantastic. So you can always go into these things. Let's say there's a Python thing, like I want to take this thing, I want to make it to where I can also use this exact AI video model online and then charge people. Well, I could go take this, set it up, give it to the AI, just like copy all this data, give it to the AI, and the AI will be able to go and just build it. And now you have a website that is all about how do I go and use AI images for video. Like that could be like
Wow.
one specific product. Maybe you say like, hey, I want to also build another product, and all it's going to be is like generating music. Well, fantastic. We have different types of music generation here available. You can go in here, take one of your things, put it over into your Replit, deploy it, and once it's deployed, you have your thing all working. You had your AI proof it all. You just pass it over to your client, and then you get paid. Your cost may be like a couple of dollars, but you'll make thousands of dollars just off of that. And I very much have made this exact stuff off of my clients. And the funny thing is, I even show them afterwards. I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to teach you because I want you guys to also know how to do this because it'll also help me in the future. But I teach them how to do it. Now they use it for their products. And then whenever I need to go and like mess with it because they don't know how to fix it, they come to me. I know how to use the product very well. and then I fix it using the product, and we're all good to go.
Wow. So how do you launch your website from Replit? Let's say you have that Snowflake site now, or
Yeah.
that Snowman
So
site. How do you
yeah, yeah,
send it
yeah.
live?
So how you would do that is where did that snowman go?
I think you've convinced me that maybe I need to get a Replit subscription for
Bro,
2025.
I've convinced every single person that I work with like that. Like every time they're like, Renee, how did you do that? I'm like, bro, it's you just do this and you make money. I don't know. You were like, dude, let me figure out which one it
If
is
your
real
hand is
quick
raised,
because
feel free to use the Q&A. Yeah, this is pretty amazing.
all right, what was the question about this Replit specific? Oh, deployment. Yeah, so for deployment, there's a thing at the top right called deploy. Click deploy. Brings up this thing, deploy to production. Super easy. You can rather do reserve VM or auto scale. If you want to do reserve VM, which there's right tool, right job. Reserve VM's pretty good, honestly. Especially if you're just trying to run a website and you don't think it's gonna be like that heavy traffic or whatever. You can set it up here, and it works phenomenal. Or if you want to set up auto scale because you don't know like how like your different influxes, you can just click set up your deployment here, click edit your configuration, how many machines at max traffic do you want, and you just click approve and done, and your website's done. And then you have a little link, and you can share that link, or you can update them. And it's great.
What if you have your
Um,
own hosting already? Can you just, I guess, what do
yeah.
you do in that sense?
So here's the cool part: if you have your own hosting, so I'm gonna assume when you say your own hosting that you have something like Resell or something where you have it running off of GitHub. So
Or let's
in
say I
that
have a
case,
website with GoDaddy, right? Like I have GoDaddy as my website hosting
that's
provider,
that,
uh,
that's a domain name.
or domain. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's domain name. That's actually really simple. You just here, let me show you my usage. Reserve VM, cyber portfolio. You just go to your settings, you click link a domain, you put in your domain,
Oh,
and then
wow.
you just put in like the two little pieces of data that GoDaddy gives you back into it, and you're done.
Hmm.
You just link it, and then this website works.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because people are asking, can we deploy it to Hostinger? I have Hostinger myself, so that's a question of curiosity for me. Let's see what else. Can you ask it to
I don't know what
export a
Hostinger
Docker?
is.
It's a web hosting company. How long have you been using
Oh yeah.
Replit? Trying to get a sense of time to
So
learn, walk, run.
so here's the cool part. I've been only coding for about a year and a half, like literally a year and 6 months. I basically what happened is I ran a company for 9 months as the CEO, and it failed. And I had a team where we had some what I thought might have been talented coders. Maybe they are very talented. I don't know. But what happened was they took 2 3 months to build out a thing, and I wanted to see could I use AI for doing it. So I lucked out. Someone told me like you should use Replit. I'm like, okay, I'll just use this because I didn't want to use VS Code because it was so annoyingly hard to figure out everything. I opened up Replit one day. I used ChatGPT. Over the course of 2 days, I was able to build out the product that took my team 2 3 months. So right away, it was a very quick initial run. At first, I didn't, and also AI was very bad at the time a year and a half ago, like compared to what it is now. So I was really just like doing my best. But now whenever I go and teach people how to use AI, normally I go on to like meetings that are about 40 minute meetings, and by the end of the meeting, they leave with already building out their own portfolio website or landing page for something themselves, normally without the Replit agent, because then they have a understanding of how like you can just use AI for coding. But yeah,
Yeah.
sorry,
Can you
I got
integrate Figma wireframing work or anything similar for importing a design?
so currently right now I think there is a Replit. thing for it. I don't do that though, because what I'd rather do is I could always just give a screenshot or whatever photo to my AI, the Replit agent. I can just give it the actual image, and the AI will be able to go and sorry, I'm you're okay. I just realized I'm looking at one screen and I realized you guys all see a different screen. I was like, oh, let me close this screen. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Um, what was I just saying?
You were talking about whether you could import designs.
Oh yeah. So what you could do instead of like just using like some kind of import is just take your photos and you could give it to the AI, and the AI will take your photos and like understand the structure of like how you build stuff, and do its best to replicate that exact UI that you created into it. Actually, a lot of times, like for example, I just picked up a new client yesterday, and I taught him. He was like, "Hey, Renee, I have all these wireframes. I know I kept on pushing this meeting back a little bit. I just wanted to make sure I had like enough wireframes and like all this stuff so we could like really work." I'm like, "Hey, friend, I mean that's great. I'm not going to tell you how to run your business, but I don't think you really needed to do all that." And he was confused, like, "Well, why did I not need to do all that?" And I said, "The thing is, when you talk to the AI, you have to kind of almost consider it the same like a software engineer. Right now, when we have software engineers in like Meta or any of these big FANG companies, they constantly are doing it where they're specialists. So they're very, very good at one small thing. So what I would do with the AI, especially the Replit AI, is tackle one thing at a time, but at a huge high level. So what you might see, like for example, this is a website. What I would do in this case is like I would build it the home landing page. I wouldn't have a nav bar or any. I would build it out and get it going. Once I get all this stuff working the way I want it to, then I'll be like, okay, now that I got this, go ahead and add in a login button. Go ahead and add in just these different things. Here, let me give you guys another example. The one that I actually you know what? I'm just gonna take the risk and say I'm not gonna get in trouble for showing this, but I could get in trouble for showing this, so I'm just gonna do it anyways. And if my boss sees me doing this, sorry. So this is called Grant Genius. Don't start using this yet. It's not full production and everything, but this is a website where I first started on the front end. I said like, build me a landing page for this. It's gonna do all this stuff. It wasn't built or anything, but I knew it was gonna be built. So it did all this. Then we did the login. We did the login. Cool. Now application. And then what happened is all we had here was two things. We had files and we had settings. That was it. So eventually, there's all this extra stuff. But what I did is I told the AI, like, hey, let's build out this files to do exactly what I wanted to do first. And then let's go and have it do more stuff. So afterwards, eventually I was like, hey, let's build out this grant search. Well, now we have a little grant search button where users will be able to go in here, type in something, find their grant, be able to download the grant, and go back to the AI and chat with it. But the cool part is I will be populating all these grants because on the back end, I have a secret dashboard where I can just take the file of any company that gives me a grant, put it in there, it'll populate in here, and then people's grants from thorough vetted companies will pop up on here. People can actually then compete for it and actually try to go and make money off of it. Then eventually I was like, okay, let's build out this notes. Let's build out this chat assistant. Let's build out this question analyzer. Let's build out more things. Eventually, now I have a product that looks pretty damn good, and it's not fully ready yet, but it's getting there. And the thing is, as long as you're willing to try and willing to say, like, you know what, I don't know what I don't know, but I'm willing to try, you'll go way farther than any person I know at any FANG company. Because I think those are the people that really push the needle and can really change life for anyone in their immediate vicinity. Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Ooh, we
Yeah.
got plenty of questions. Wow.
Yeah. No, people are excited today.
Let me real quick also answer the 01 Hestia question. So, as of like 20 minutes prior to this meeting starting, it was working. but I was pushing up updates for subscriptions because we wanted to have our subscriptions working, and we finally got it working. The problem is there's these two different types of servers, what's called production and like deployment. So like one's going to be like actually like out in production and one's for like testing. And currently we had everything working, but whenever we actually have it deployed, it's looping. So if you go to the website, it'll just spin and you won't actually see anything temporarily. But as soon as I fix that, it'll be back up and running. So I do apologize, but that is the current issue.
So Owen
Regarding like
Hestia, for those who are wondering, so if you would like to learn more about AI, um, Renee and I have been doing this webinar series since August. And we what was actually really great, Renee, is somebody in the Q&A asked if we do this monthly because he wants to come back next month. And so
good,
I think we should do this again next month. And you should
we're
teach
we're
people
going
how
to.
to, yeah, you should teach people how to build their personal brand in a website and show them how quickly that they can do it. So we'll be hosting this again. So please come back. Let's see. Should I go over all the go through all the questions so that you can
Is
see
it,
what's going on?
well, I can actually see it now that I popped this on. Is it cool if I answer some of the questions real quick?
Yeah, there's a million questions in here,
Yeah,
so
I can see them
I'll
coming
let you get
through.
after it.
Okay, hell yeah. So to answer
And
the
you're building a fan
the
club. Everyone's like, yes, in response to
hell
next
yeah.
month. So yeah.
So regarding Zahabia, sorry if I also butcher anyone's name. Um, what does Renee do for a living? Has he used no code tools to create apps that have made money, or does he consult and make products for others? So I say that I've been coding for about a year and a half, and I've been coding with AI. However, there was a small 6 month stint where, at the very beginning of the journey, whenever I was learning how to use AI, I did also use Bubble. And I do something they just care, does it work and can they make money off of it. So I eventually transitioned from completely from using no code tools to just using AI, which is kind of like a no code tool. In this case, all I'm using is English. I don't have to know any languages really. I just need to know how to talk to AI in a way that it can understand that I know what's going on and it can fix it and build on top of that. Yes, I do have a company called AI Me. Here, let me pop this up real quick. AImigos. I think it's AImigos.co. Yeah, this is our AImigos.co. Currently we're also doing a rebrand on this. It's about to launch, but we have an AI consultation here in San Francisco. We do a lot of different consultations for enterprise, but we also help small nonprofits. If you are a small business or a nonprofit, please let me know so we can get you a reduced rate. Because we also understand that not everybody can afford $2,500 a meeting. So please let me know. Also, let me see. And make do I make products for others? Yes, I do make a lot of products for others. If you go to my website, and this is something that I haven't ever been in trouble for yet, so I'm just gonna assume that it's okay because they published it and I didn't, so I'm just gonna assume it's cool. So I have this one little link here of a product that I actually helped build, or I didn't help build. I built the whole fucking thing, and they won AI Product of the Year this year at what's called NAB. If you're a AR, if you're like a VFX enthusiast in the film industry, you probably have heard of the the NAB show in Vegas. This is a very big conference every year, but I built out an AI product that they showcased and featured, and they won this AI Product of the Year award. So I was very happy about it. All information's available on my website. But that's to answer that question. Let me keep looking. Oh, I've used Bolt.new. I don't. Okay, so I don't want anybody to think I'm gonna like say Bolt.new is not good because it is good. It's very good. It's better than using just regular standard GPT for coding technically, but there is a skill gap between people that do know how to code and don't know how to code. So if you do know how to code, Bolt is extremely good because you can then understand how system variables and dependencies work already, and you can understand how to go and utilize that all into your structure. However, if you're someone that doesn't know any of these words, all you care about is getting your business online and making money, you're going to probably want to use Replit because realistically, all you need to know is how to use English. If you can do that, you can build out the whole product. I don't I think both are right tool, right job scenarios. Where like similar, if I go to a gun range and I have a target that's 1,500 meters away, and I give you like rather the choice of shooting with a 9 millimeter pistol or a big old bolt action rifle that has like a big chamber on it, you're gonna pick the one with the bigger chamber just because it makes sense for that specific scenario. Let me keep going. Did you train your Replit AI agent prior to ask it to build stuff like websites? No, Replit AI agent, I did not. I didn't train it. It's not my product. I am a big fan and I'm a power user. I have friends over at Replit that I talk to about. I talk with stuff about. But I'm truly no one there. I did not have any power in building it. Um, Everything is what you would get as a traditional user. I just personally like it a lot. Um, Let me keep going. You should have a tutorial. Yes, we do have a tutorial. In fact, our tutorials are going to be on 01hestia.com as soon as I refix the website again. So, but it will be refixed before the end of the night, Albert. You don't have to worry about that. It will be fixed.
Okay.
I just broke it like literally like 10 minutes prior to the thing. Like, God damn it. So
We
what
just
does
had
the site
somebody
cost to
say
get?
that we should do this webinar once every 2 weeks because they loved it so much.
Well, ironically, and I was going to tell you, Albert. So now, so I'm based in San Francisco. We right now in San Francisco are going to be hosting every 2 weeks this class here in person where it is $100 a ticket, but where you can come in and learn how to use AI for coding directly from me and learn with peers that are also here at Zohouse. That is the thing. However, we will also go and be extending a discount offer for anybody here at Albert's where they get a 20% discount if you came from Albert's. So actually, screw it, 50%. I'm going to make it 50% because I think that the people here are not all very rich like all these other guys are, and I'd rather tax them. But I'll give a 50% discount for all of Albert's people to come to the in-person class. And the thing is, if you come to the in-person class also, we're gonna also be giving discounts for our online classes too. So we're gonna have a lot of online and in-person classes. We're very excited to get where you had it. Honestly, every time I build these websites, like even this website that you guys are seeing right now, is like $1, maybe $2, maybe. Like normally, it's not that much. Like as long as you know what your concept is, you're fine. There's a thing, and this is like a whole another like a whole meeting about that I like to do, uh, teach people. But basically, you have to backwards forwards. You can figure out that like if you know that your end goal is a product, you can identify all these little pieces of the product, use AI to create the perfect prompt that features all these components into that product, and then build a product that has all the exact pieces that you mentioned, and it'll build out. So you kind of like reverse engineer it. But yeah, it's truly cool. Mythology is basic, initial specs, then add as you go with enhancements. Yes, that is correct. Keep it basic and then add enhancements as you go because you want to go and keep it at an overlay, just like high level all together, and then build out the pieces so that way it's all solid. How many times have you hit the wall and got stuck? Do you get stuck for a couple weeks on? Oh God, a couple weeks? Hell no. I get stuck for like maybe a couple hours max, max. Normally I get stuck for like 30 minutes, unless it's like a very specific niche issue, like the deployment issue or Stripe
I love it.
issue. Those are the only two issues that end up costing. I've never had a problem lasting longer than a day on anything in in this realm. This isn't correct. And what we do is we create what's called an iterative feedback loop, where I tell the AI what's wrong, The AI fixes it. Now the product is better. Because the product is better, there's less things to complain about. Because there's less things to complain about it just auto becomes a good product. So that's the answer to that. Given the rise of these tools, what is the new ideal of an engineer that one should aspire to be? Oh, I love that question because I think you'll get many different answers depending on the engineer you talk to. If you talk to a traditionally trained engineer that like went to college and currently works at one of these big companies, they'll tell you like, oh, well, you need to learn like a lot of things, and I don't agree with any of them. I think truly in the new age of AI, because I train people currently, and I am someone that still doesn't know how to read or write a single line of code, but it still works and I still make money off of it. I truly think if you know how to go and work more like a product manager, someone that can identify product, what the scope of work around that product, the features that you need to build that product, and being able to go and work almost like having an employee, how to command the employee, like, hey, fix this part and niche down into those specific parts and drill it out until it's fixed. That I think is currently the most important skill as an AI engineer, an engineer for generative AI. Obviously, if you're trying to do like a traditional ML, like doing RLHF or any of that stuff, that's a different skill. I think right now, if you're trying to be an engineer that builds and makes money and just doesn't care about people's like what their opinions are, and you want to do it and just make things happen, English is all you need to know. And I think that's the current future. Let me continue going through. Got the list of it, but it was too quick for me. It would be nice to do step by step. Yes, we will be doing. You know what? Next time, I'll also make sure that we are doing it more slower. I do apologize. I am a fast-spoken person. That's my fault. Was AI Amigos logo built with AI? Yes, yes, it was. I was not expecting much out of this webinar. Okay, great. I do fantastic. Yes, great. Can we get Renee's last name and info? I okay, I'll put my link in, so we should be good on that. Yes, we are going to be doing it twice a month. Can I give a competitor website to Replit and ask them to understand SEO? Sure. Oh, yes, that's a great question. Kim Perrick. Um, so the cool part about SEO, search engine optimization is all mostly like an HTML standard, which is a very old, decrepit like thing. So the cool part is, yes, you can give technically, you know what? I wouldn't want to say replicate it, so that way it can understand this SEO strategy. What I would more say is, I would instead have Replit build a tool that can scrape and pull that sitemap and that SEO directly off of their website, and then evaluate and give you strategic information. That's what I would do instead of saying give it just to Replit, because Replit does have some kind of what's it called, ethics barrier a little bit. So at some point, it might be like, hey, what you're doing is extremely unethical. I'm not going to do it for you. So what I would recommend is just build a tool that can do that, because once you start getting to this, depending on who you talk to, like if you're like maybe European, like I know they have that whole, I think it's called GDPR. It's like a big privacy like policy thing. It's great and all, but you can cross the line by accident illegally, and I would very much just be careful. But your AI, if you tell it like, hey, I'm based in Europe, please make sure it complies with the stuff. At least try to do your due diligence. You should be fine. I'll keep going through. I've been coding. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad I blew your mind, Mr. Chad. All right, let me keep going through. Trying to skim through these messages. Yes, I do love discounts too. What type of? Oh, yes. What type of glasses am I wearing? They're not 3D glasses. They're called AR glasses. So you see my screen here, but I'm clearly reading off of something else. How am I reading it? I on my glasses have a second screen. It's like a second desktop monitor. So currently I can see Albert's face. I'm going through the chat, and I have a whole second screen that I can actually use whenever I'm using these glasses. So these are AR glasses. I use them a lot for driving, for traveling, for coding, for just playing video games whenever I'm just chilling. I can put Xbox Game Pass on my phone, put an Xbox controller, and then just chill out in the corner and play video games while I'm doing whatever. So it's fantastic. Um, Let me continue going. I always thought R was for revolution. Today it was. Oh wow! Thank you so much for that meaning. That means a lot to me. Yes,
Everyone loves
Replit
you.
does
I hit the
that.
nail on the head. I'm doing good content because everybody
Thank
loves
you,
Renee.
thank you. Replit has free guides. Yes, Replit does have free guides, and I strongly recommend if you do want to learn how to code, please take their tutorials and stuff. You don't need to know what I'm saying. You just need to like have an attitude to just do it. But yes, please do that. And I hope you guys will also join our website whenever it's up in one more day. Sorry. Okay, let me read this follow up. High follow-up might be redundant, but from the perspective of a founder, what qualities are desirable in an engineer other than being something of a product manager? Um, Honestly, that's the hardest skill. Outside of that, if you know more tools than your other peers, that's like the only other thing. But then that's just kind of like eh, honestly, I think the product management thing is the only thing that's truly valuable right now for anyone that's trying to be an engineer. If you understand product management, you'll build 10x the amount of products that an engineer that's classically trained is because you don't worry about the small things. You keep it high level and you build versus caring about small things because you can still go back to the small things and fix it, but you more care about like just getting things done and stuff. Link for AR glasses. They're called X-Real. Here, I'll just type it into the chat. X-Real, Xreal glasses. I spied it on like Amazon. Let me just keep going. Love the AR smart. Yes, I am a little bit fat. Terribly sorry. I try to cram everything in our time span so that way I don't go anybody's time. I know your guys' time is just as valuable, so I try to respect everybody. But fantastic. Yeah, I guess we got through all the questions. Is that correct?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it
We
looks like
did.
so.
So, tell you what, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. I'll be following up with the O1 Hestia link so that we can follow up with you if you're interested in learning more AI. Renee and I will be discussing what will be going on in January because we're going to bring this webinar back, and we realize that
Yes.
many of you have New Year's resolutions. So maybe we're going to teach you how to build your own professional website from scratch, complete with a portfolio. But I have no idea
You
yet,
know,
so we'll figure that out.
Albert, what I like to tell people also is like it's and like New Year resolutions are great because this year, at the beginning of the year, when before I started, I told myself like this is going to be the year that I completely change everything, and I pushed for it and I did it. But the most important part is that I didn't say, one day I'm gonna do this. And just if I just give myself like another week, another month, another whatever, I stopped saying
You
one day
just
I'm gonna
jump
do this,
right in. You jump
and
right
I made
in.
it day one. I made
Yeah.
it day one. And I think that's the most important part for anybody to do it. So if you want to start doing it, go into it now. Be prepared for our next webinar. I'm excited to chat with you all soon.
All right, wonderful. So we'll have this up on our YouTube channel here in 24 to 36 hours. I'm going to follow up. We'll figure out our next event here in January and align our calendars. Until
Yep.
next time, check out all the other events that we have going on Albert's List. Tomorrow we have how to land a job for 2025. If that's something you still want to do, or if you want to just go into AI website making, come next month. Among many,
It
many
will
other
be in
events.
newsletter. Anybody that wants to sign up, it will be in the newsletter. I'm just currently fixing the website right now, but it will be in
Yep.
Albert's newsletter. So if you're signed up for Albert's letter, great. If you're not, please sign up.
Yep. And everybody who signed up for this webinar today is going into
Hold
that
up.
newsletter list.
I
So,
feel bad. I just realized we left someone hanging. There's a kind man named Steve L that wanted to talk. Should we real quick catch
Steve,
him?
if you have a question, Steve, please type it in. Since we are in webinar mode. So there's no link to the newsletter. We're just starting this newsletter by adding you because you were on our Eventbrite list, and we'll follow up that way. And
And
then
we'll put the 50% discount for the in-person class in that, and I'll also make sure that the website's good
I
because
love
people are in
it.
the chat are talking about it.
I love it. And for those of you who want the YouTube channel and so forth, we'll send that through as well. Chad, I do see a couple questions from you. Reach out to Renee for those answers. I think he'll have them. Same with you, Keith, and we'll go from there. And so also for those of you who can't attend in person, I think it's also time for Renee and I to probably discuss an online class option where he can teach all of you, face to face over Zoom here so that we can keep on doing this. We're going global. We're going to be big here in 2025. All of you who want to learn AI are going to change your careers. And so I want to thank you all for your time and especially you, Renee. I think I met you in like June and I knew of you
Yeah,
before then. You were kind of like the legend, the myth, and we're building some
I'm
great
just
things
a
here.
guy
So
though. That's the thing. I'm
you're
just
just
a
a
guy.
chill guy. You're just a chill
Shut
guy.
the hell up. I really want people to remember that like anybody can do it.
Yeah.
I'm so regular like as a person that like if I can
Hey,
do it,
I'm launching a side hustle boot camp next year on how to build a Facebook group into something that can also be a business. So, you and I are going to
ooh,
do a lot of this next year.
oh yeah, we are.
Um,
Hell yeah.
so it is going to be great. And I love the love in the chat tonight. I hope to see you all again very, very soon. And we're located in California. We're going to do a virtual option for those of you who are not in the Bay Area and still want to pay for a course. We will
If
have all of those things
someone
coming up.
if someone wants to set it up in Florida, to go and set up like some kind of in-person class where we can make money for Albert and me, then I will gladly fly out
Fly to Florida,
to answer
yeah.
Johnny's question.
Yeah. And I've never seen so many reactions in a Zoom webinar either. So this is great.
Yeah, this is like this
Clearly
is
I'm doing something wrong if this is the first time this has happened like this in 4 years. All right, so happy holidays to everybody. Blessings to you and yours. We will see you tomorrow for those of you who want to come to tomorrow's webinar. Other than that, we will see you come January for how to build AI skills for your career, the New Year's edition, where you're going to learn something new and transform your life. Until next time, we will have this recording up and we will see you soon. Thanks, everybody, and bye.
bye.